All right, our next speaker is Deb Solomon, who has a fan club here. She's a Grateful Dead follower and enjoys the hard rock and hard music. And she has a women's minority firm on Wall Street, Juniper Hill, and she'll give you her perspective. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. First off, I just want to say that regardless of what some people may think or feel, I believe that Wall Street is a critical component to the New York economy, and I'm very pro-Wall Street, and if anybody wants to talk about it, I'm more than happy to have a conversation, and I think my fan club might be there also. That would work. So my name is Deborah, and I am the founder and managing member of Juniper Hill Asset Management. We're a majority women-owned asset management platform. Right now, we have 2 funds that are focused specifically on investing in small and micro-cap companies, both in the public world and in the private world. I've spent the last 20 years focused on these types of companies, and I've watched them fall in favor when it comes to Wall Street and out of favor when it comes to Wall Street. Actually, I don't know if they've ever really been in favor, but at least they were paying more attention to them. So what I want to talk a little bit about is Wall Street's effect on New York small businesses and how that affects the New York economy. So what exactly is a small business? Small business, the basic definition, is a business with less than 500 employees or no employees at all, a sole proprietorship. Just want to read a couple of statistics that I didn't have time to memorize. According to the U.S. Small Business Administration, there are approximately 26 million small businesses in the U.S. There are almost 2 million small businesses just in New York alone, and that represents 99% of all businesses in New York. They represent 99.7% of all employer firms. They pay 44% of total U.S. private payroll. They create more than half of the non-farm private GDP, hire 43% of high-tech workers, and in the last 17 years, small businesses generated 65% of new jobs, and in 2010, it's estimated that it will amount for 75% of all new jobs created. So based on these few statistics, we can see how important small businesses are to our economy. So, and basically, they're the backbone of the U.S. economy. So how can they fall out of favor with Wall Street? How can people not pay attention to them? So let's start off with the banks. Small businesses right now are having difficulty obtaining financing for growth, acquisition, and general working capital needs. In 2010, so far, bank loans that have been issued, this is another statistic I have to read because I couldn't remember. In 2010, bank loans that have been issued to date are nowhere near the number of loans that were made in 2007 or 2008. Bank loans made this year do not even represent 5% of the overall small businesses in New York. Plus, the pending regulatory changes for banks may make them less inclined to lend to small businesses. So they can't depend on the banks. Where are they going to go? The next step is the investment banks. Right now, there's a consolidation for investment banks. A lot of the smaller ones are merging with larger investment banks. These larger investment banks need to work on deals that are much larger than smaller deals, smaller better than larger, in order to justify their cost structure, leaving small businesses to fend for themselves once again. So now where are they going to go? Directly to the hedge funds. That being said, there are all these new rules and regulations that have been implemented and are being implemented that is making it existing as a hedge fund or even launching a new hedge fund extremely difficult. This means that there'll be less funds around to invest in the niche market of small businesses. That in turn is going to drive rates up on any financing that's done by a hedge fund, while the overall interest rates are at an all-time low. None of this is making any sense. So without the support of the investment banks, the banks, and hedge funds, these businesses will have a difficult time growing or even existing. In my opinion, Wall Street needs to focus more attention on the small businesses, which will hopefully lead to decreased unemployment rates and jumpstart the overall economy, especially in New York.
you.